Yeah, I see the title, man. Let's
I
get
heard a
to it.
rumor. I don't know if it's true. I'm told that you, at a celebrity event to raise money, a charity event, you were the celebrity coach, and you were the first coach then that coached Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson when they were on the same team. They had never played together. This
Yeah.
is before. This was before the Olympics, right?
Yes, it absolutely was. I did get to the point where, like, I mean, I'm one of the celebrities and I've been doing nothing. I mean, what are you going to do? I've been sitting on the bench for the whole game, and I figured I better do. There's like 2 minutes left in the game, and I figured I better do something. So I called a 20-second timeout,
Right.
and I had nothing to say, of course. And I looked over though at Michael, and he was pissed. And he looked at Magic, you know, Magic's being his magic self, having a good time. I think the score was 240 at that point. No one played any defense.
Right.
And Michael was like, "Hey, man, you want to win this?" And all of a sudden, you could see a light bulb go off in Magic's head. He was like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, he means it."
Yeah.
And then, of course, it got really competitive.
I need some context. I don't even know what the fuck they talking about, man.
5 to
Shout out to
2000.
Johnny, though. I see you adding a little intro.
17 in
I gotta get back to adding my intro. It's my fault. I'm saying I gotta edit
In the
yours.
2017 NBA All-Star Game, the final score was 192 to 182, which is the record for the most points ever scored in an All-Star game. Technically. The reason why I say technically is because from 1985 to 2005, Magic Johnson hosted another kind of exhibition game involving many of the NBA's All-Stars. The event took place every NBA offseason in that 20-year stretch. The event was called a Midsummer Night's Magic. It was a charity event, and among the festivities was a game involving many of the league's best players. Unlike most All-Star games, though, players were not confined to play with teammates from their own conference. Which brings us to August 7th, 1988, in Los Angeles at the Great Western Forum. Representing Team White was Isaiah Thomas, Karl Malone, Dominique Wilkins, Clyde Drexler, Michael Cooper, Mark Aguirre, Reggie Theus, Muggsy Bogues, Roy Tarpley, and Ron Harper. They were being coached by Magic's best friend, the celebrity Arsenio Hall. The blue team was represented by Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Reggie Miller, John Williams, Mark Jackson, Cliff Levingston, Kiki Vanderway, and Spud Webb, and they were being coached by the great Rob Lowe.
This is literally the most exciting thing that I've ever seen.
Now first, here's what you need to know about this game.
Oh,
There
no,
are
that
two
is.
kinds of All-Star Game fans. The first is the fan that prefers a close, competitive, and defensive-minded game, and then there's the second fan, who prefers minimal to little defense in return for a game with as many flashy
Alright, that
highlights
was-
as possible.
that
If you are
was
the
great.
latter of All-Star Game fans, then this game is for you. The game was extremely loose, fun, and highlight-filled throughout. There were a couple great defensive plays early on, but let's be clear, those were anomalies. Anyone who says old school players always took defense seriously clearly never watched the Midsummer Magic games, because the obvious priority was to get as many reactions out of the crowd as possible. Several players excelled in that area more than others. Jordan had over 50 points with a number of fierce dunks and acrobatic layups. Unsurprisingly, Dominique Wilkins and Clyde Drexler were consistent crowd pleasers as well. On one particular play, Dominique dunked over Magic's back so hard that he nearly ended his whole career right on the spot. The score was back and forth throughout the game, but again, it wasn't the most competitive affair as both teams were scoring at a blistering pace. I just can't emphasize enough how insanely highlight-packed this exhibition match was, as it may have been the most dunk-heavy display from NBA stars that I've ever seen. One of the major highlights of the night was when the crowd was standing in excitement to see Magic Johnson go one-on-one with his all-time great defensive teammate, Michael Cooper. At the end of the play, it was Magic who took home the bragging rights. Remember at the beginning of the video when Rob Lowe was telling Conan about Jordan's competitiveness changing the tone at the end of the game and how he was determined to win? Well, now we're entering that sequence. With less than 20 seconds left in the game, Jordan brings the ball up and then makes his move. After drawing the double team, he then finds Kiki Vanderway for the layup underneath. Not only did the basket give Jordan and the Blue a 1-point lead with only 10 seconds remaining, but it also gave the team their 200th point, which has never been done in any other form of NBA basketball. The Jumbotron could only display a 00 and the word tilt, since it wasn't even designed to display as high as 200 points. Now it's Team White's turn. The ball gets inbounded and is given to Dominique in the post. He drives baseline and hits a very difficult layup to put his team back up by 1 point with only 5 seconds remaining. Now it's back on Jordan's shoulders.
Oh, they
The
didn't
ball
count
is
that?
back up by
They didn't
1
count
point
they
with
when
only
they
5
put the
seconds
ball in?
remaining.
Oh, because
Now it's
clock was
back on
running.
Jordan's shoulders. The ball is inbounded to him, he drives towards the middle, and he's fouled from behind while attempting a jumper. With only 2 seconds left, Jordan would proceed to the free throw line and knock down a pair of clutch free throws once again to put the blue back on top. Now Team White gets the ball back with only 2 seconds to shoot and a chance to win this epic game. It all comes down to this. But, believe it or not, there is actually no available footage for the ending of this game.
What?
No, seriously, I cannot find it anywhere. I've searched all over YouTube, all over the internet, everywhere, for hours,
Sheesh.
and I'm basically convinced that it doesn't exist. It's almost as if Michael Jordan had the tapes destroyed just so people think that his free throws won the game. What actually happened at the end of the game was a fall-away circus shot by the amazing Clyde Drexler, which he buried, winning the game at the buzzer. In all seriousness, if any of you have the final play of this game, or know where it can be found deep in the internet, post it in a link in the comment section and I will gladly pin your comment, that way we all can see it. These are some of the unofficial stats from this game. Michael Jordan obviously led the way for Team Blue, as he dropped 54 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists on 56% shooting. He was also basically living above the rim, as he entertained the crowd with at least 10 total dunks in this game alone. As for Team White, Dominique Wilkins led the way, as he was going toe-to-toe with Jordan, which was quite common for the two stars during their primes. The human highlight film had 46 points and 9 rebounds on 66% shooting. The game-winning hero, Clyde Drexler, finished with 29 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists on 78% shooting. On a somewhat humorous note, this was Magic Johnson's annual event, but at that point, his team had lost every single year he participated, as he lost in '86, '87, and now 1988. Making him 0-3 in his own contest. After this, he went on to lose in '89 and 1990 as well, giving him an 0-5 start before he finally won the event in 1992. Talk about being unkind to your host. There's no box score of this game, and there's still limited footage, but I still thought it was a rare gem that hardly anyone knows about, so I thought it was worth bringing to your attention.
Nah, fast. This is a tough video. Let's see if it's someone got the video. Oh, it's not here. It's not here. We won't see it. We won't see it. We won't see it, man. We won't see it. We won't see it. That's the end of this one, though, y'all. Shout out to my boy Psych Savage for joining the membership. You know what to do. Like the video, comment, subscribe. Turn on post notifications. If you want to join the membership as well, the link is in the description. Or you click the join button next to my name on the channel. Yeah, man, I'm out of here. Share the video with your people, social media platforms, man.